Hi, my name is Ashley Gorman, and this is my lesson plan of vocabulary and my second read aloud. So obviously the subject is vocabulary. I said it should take about 15 to 20 minutes to do this lesson plan. The grade should be around first graders. Obviously today's date. And my teacher objective was identify frequently occurring root words, and I gave an example as in look, and their influential endings such as looks, looked, and looking. So for review, I put the teacher will review root words that have visual endings. I said you could do this by flashcards. The assessment was oral and you need a whole class. I just did one long flashcard. So I underlined the root word and then put the visual ending on the end. If you wanted to, just spend more time, kind of get the kids involved. You could do several, but I just did one flashcard and gave several examples. So I put skip and skipping, bike, biking, bike, biked, hop, and hopping. So for overview, I put the purpose and importance was the purpose of today's lesson plan is to have students in front of root words. For the past, for the community, I put yesterday we learned about official and inflectional forms and what they mean. So what they mean by adding the different endings and how the word change to have a different meaning. For today, I put today we will seeing root words and their official endings. So kind of like I did with this flashcard, the students will be able to see the word change and the root word into the official ending word. And for the future, I put tomorrow we review vocabulary words and their definitions. So we'll pick vocabulary words from the book that we're reading to read aloud, and they'll learn their meaning because the book does have some new words that I know several first graders probably do not know the definitions of. For motivation, I had the teacher will, the learner will review a video on YouTube to help introduce root words in a visual form. So I'm going to pull up the video real quick and just show part of it at the same time. I'm sorry that my dogs are acting crazy in the background. Hey. Shh. Both videos I wanted to show are about 3 minutes. The easiest way is just kind of put my phone up there. Kind of goes over what official and eventual endings are, how you can change them, change several words. So it keeps giving examples, it gives sentences of the words, it goes on for about 3 minutes. Just to save time, I'm not going to show all of it. And then, of course, I put the link to the video on my lesson plan. I'll put materials as YouTube video in the smartboard. You'll have something to play the YouTube video on. The assessment is going to be visual. You can have your whole class look at it and watch the video. So on the side, I put the learner will orally read a root word, then make it into a word inflectional ending with 80% accuracy. So you want your students, about 80% of your students, to know root words and how to change them. For procedures, I put the teacher will show students flashcards of root words. As a class, they will read the word, then partner up into groups, and as the groups, it will change the word to have official ending. So with this, I kind of made notes that it would be easier and probably funner for the students if they use their desk or use whiteboards and an Excel markers. That way they would work together and write down an answer. Now obviously you want to go ahead and have groups set up before you do this little assignment. I heard several just go in the classroom about elbow partners and just people right beside you, basically who you'd work with. You just need to make that clear who their partner is before the lesson. So for that, you have flashcards, expo markers, and whatnot. Assessment will be oral, and your whole class will do this, but they'll do it in groups. As a teacher, you can call on several students and give the answers. You can kind of see what they think is going on. Give the answers to them. So for another procedure, I put the teacher will show the video Phonics Kingdom 7 perfect punctuations to the students. The teacher will pause the video and then the learners will write their words in visual endings. So I thought this video was about 3-4 minutes. Also, I just thought it was a good way, although it would be hard to pause it after I looked at it several times. You could pause it and have them practice. They'd write it out and write it out with the ending. That way they can just write down and get that type of practice. So I can show the video, do a little bit of that one. Once again, you'll need YouTube, a smart board to play YouTube, and extra markers. Be oral again and whole class. So let me real quick look up that video for y'all. Once again, sorry for the dogs because they're still barking and acting crazy in the background. That's why the computer keeps sticking. Why is this not going to work? It's making me do ads, so just 1 second. There it goes. So it also reviews what the visual endings mean. Has a kind of upbeat, it's colorful, that way it gets the students' attention. As a teacher, you have to be the smart board and quickly try to just pause it. Goes on for a couple minutes. I just think it's really cute. I think it's colorful and I feel like it would keep your students' attention. Then of course, also you want to go ahead and read your book out for another procedure. So I chose the book Peaches on the Beach. Peaches on the Beaches. It is written by Ryan Cleary. It's the 7th in the series, so it's actually a series, but each of the series kind of hints on a different type of English part. So on this one, it's all about visual endings, rhyming words, stuff like that. Okay, so I'm going to begin trying to read it. I also like the animations because it's cartoonish. I feel like that keeps the attention. So it says naps, caps, and laps on the top. They took naps with their caps on their laps. And on the corner it says, can you find 3 words that sound alike? And then it kind of highlights it, that way you can see each. On the next page it says snowing, blowing, towing. It was snowing and blowing when the truck was towing. Once again in the corner, the little squirrel says, can you find the 3 words that sound alike? So basically this one, as in my opinion, you'd want to do for your students. So snowing, blowing, different endings like that, you can go ahead and get them to underline that root word. So snow. Snowing is an visual ending on it. Just several examples like that if you wanted to go ahead and each page do examples. Because it's also, instead of visual endings, it's hitting on rhyming words. So it says, dream, screamed, beamed. He dreamed that he screamed as the sun beamed. So on that one, it's kind of vampire. It's a little Halloween themed. That's why he screamed when the sun beamed, because he's getting burned by the sun, because he's a vampire. And once again, the little bottom, it says, can you find the 3 words that look alike? So then witches, stitches, stitches. The witches put the stitches in the ditches. Can you find 3 words that sound alike? Stretches, sketches, fetches. He stretches and sketches as the dog fetches. Cried, dried, tried. The tears that she cried dried when her shoes were tied. Screech, peach, leech. Mom screeched at the peach and the leech on the beach. Clock, rocks, socks. The ox by the clocks has, ooh, that's a little tongue twister, sorry about that. The ox by the clocks has rocks in his socks. Slacks, yaks, snacks. The yaks are by the snacks. Just keeps going on with these couple rhymes in different endings. Mopped, dropped, shopped. The man mopped what she dropped as we shopped and stopped. Games, frames, flames. We play games with our names as Dad throws the frames into the flames. Riding, fighting, biting. The exciting writing about fish fighting and biting was quite inviting. That one added more without even giving the words on the side. Braces, faces, vases. They wore braces on their faces and brought vases into the cases to the races. So once again, I think that's just a cute little book that you can not only rhyme and kind of get your students involved, but you can introduce those official endings. So after that, you'd want to go through closure. So the teacher will ask students to write down examples of root words. So if one's a story, you can do anything like write, fight, bite, mop, drop, any of those if they want to go off a story, or you can do skip, a bike, the ones you introduced in the beginning. The teacher will ask students to change the initial endings, so then they can ing, ed, s, anything like that, just so they have official endings and the word changes. And for homework, I put the learner will draw a picture of a verb they could add ing to show a word with official ending. So that's why I did the ones in the beginning, because skip is a verb. They can do skipping, bike, they can do biking. Those are kind of verbs that they can add ing to. That way they can draw it out for homework. That way you introduce several of them for examples. Early finishers, I put the learner will be given an extra official ending worksheet for practice. And then I put a link on my lesson plan for that. Special needs, I put the students with learning disabilities that will have work reread to them and have extended time on work. The students who are an English language learner will work one-on-one with the teacher. They'll also have extended time in their word reread to them. And then for enrichment, the learner will have access to whiteboards or desks, extra markers to write down root words. They can work together as teams the ones that need more practice. And of course with that, you need the whiteboards, extra markers, and items like that for the materials. You just want to monitor them, make sure the students are actually working together, and it'll be an official work. So once again, that was my lesson plan and my reading aloud. Have a good night.